distinct look of pride glowing on her face. I'm always told I look like my mom. If I ever become pregnant when I'm older, I can only hope I'll look half as good as she does 8 months into her pregnancy. I glance at the clock behind her. Shoot, it's already 8. I cram a bunch of grapes into my mouth as Mom walks over to me and gently places a hand on my shoulder. Have you got your phone? Money for the bus? I lift my bag from the chair beside me. All set, Mom. Oh, honey. She tucks a loose strand of my blonde hair behind my ear and kisses me on the head. You look so grown up. We're really proud of you, Sasha. I hope you know that. My cheeks heat up and a familiar lump swells into my throat. I squeeze her hand. Giving up dance school for my family was a small sacrifice to make for their safety. If I agree with Mom, Mackenzie muffles over his food, can I play your PlayStation after school? I push up from my seat, grabbing my bag and slinging it over my shoulder. I grin at my brother. You can play it if you promise not to leave your stinky socks in my room again. Yes, he beams, shoveling more cereal into his mouth. I hope you get the job, Sash. Thanks, little bro. I kiss Mom on the cheek and rush out of the house. It's my first job interview, and the last thing I want to do is show up late. Good luck, honey, I hear Mom shout from the kitchen window. Just don't go into labor yet, I call back, smiling at her as I step onto the sidewalk. She chuckles and closes the window. I watch her turn around and fuss over Mackenzie before I make my way to the bus stop. We live in a small suburb on the outskirts of Detroit, Michigan. The streets are always busy around this time, with the living and the dead. But the shimmering ghosts keep a safe distance from me due to the salt in my bag. The smell must radiate from me like a rotten dumpster left out in the heat. Soldiers from the Civil War cross the road to avoid me, their rifles slung over their shoulders, muttering insults under their thick beards. A group of children, who I believe died of smallpox some decades ago, play at the park as I walk by, singing songs and giggling under the blinding sun. Watching them, perched on a bench beside a living old man feeding the birds, is Mary Jones. She was hanged in one of the last witch trials to ever take place in America. Her husband was the one who pushed her off the scaffold. I'm pretty sure she wasn't a witch, just inconvenient. He married his mistress the next day, and Mary's still pretty bitter about it. Every ghost I come across appears almost lifelike, if not for the slight glow beaming from them. I've heard of glowing complexions, but they really take it to extremes. I wave to Mary and the children, and they wave back. As I make a turn for the bus stop, my stomach grumbles from hunger, and I realize I barely touched any of my breakfast. I was too busy glowering at Mackenzie's sloppy eating. I'm also super tired. For the 7th night in a row, I've had dreams about a gorgeous man in a black tailored suit. He's aloof and distant, but I feel like he's judging me, watching me. It's the same dream I've had off and on for my whole life. I can't remember the dreams in much detail, but I will always remember that face. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't looking for him. Is he a ghost? Is he alive? I don't know. He never answers any of my questions. He's always too busy looking at a pair of gold scales. All I do know is that I'm exhausted when I wake up, and I have to guzzle about a pint of coffee to get through the day. When I arrive at the bus stop, I'm relieved to see there are no ghosts hanging around. It's usually a popular place for them to ask for my help, and today, of all days, is when I simply don't have the time. I need to stay focused and try to stop my hands from shaking. Darn these nerves. Sliding under the shelter, I rummage through my bag in search of something to eat. Food always takes my mind off my troubles, and a rumbling stomach is the last thing I need during an interview. My nerves have already started to kick in, causing my gut to clench into a knot. After various futile searches, I realize that I've left my lunchbox on the kitchen table. Great, Mom's gonna have a fit. I check the Hello Kitty watch on my wrist. I still have 10 minutes until the bus arrives. That's enough time to stop by the convenience store across the road, right? Deciding to chance my luck, I leave the shelter, wondering what I should get to eat.